Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins, that could only be one thing. It's the Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
Yeah, man, that's right. So Rika is life and life is Rika. Let me make sure I buckle up my thing, you know what I mean? Folks, welcome to another Mikey Life program. We're ready for them. This is where it all happens. We're talking about the good. We are talking about the bad. We are talking about the Mikey. There's no other program really like this, you know, people. Anyway, welcome. Now, for the first time viewers, we'd like to say hello to you. And for those of you who are always on the business, we want to say hello to you. There's some of you just never miss our program, boy. You know, we don't take that lightly. We appreciate that. You know what I mean? So those of you who are looking at all, the program on all the big screen, big up to all you. Those of you on Facebook, big up to all you too. You know what I mean? YouTube viewers, big up all your whole self now, boy. So, earlier, let's tell you what we'll talk about. We'll talk about COVID-19 update from the Ministry of Health. In fact, from the Acting Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Taisha Donald. Very good doctor, in fact. We're also going to be talking to you about some signs, as the Minister for Health says. We are seeing some positive signs. We could talk about that too, re-COVID-19. And there are major COVID-19 restrictions that were removed here in Grenada. And we're going to talk about the business. What is the street saying? Spicemas 2022 is on. 10 months imprisonment for man who wounded a police officer on Friday. Listen, that thing quick. I never see that yet. Youthfulness versus experience. We'll have political analyst Peter Wickham to talk about this in a moment. And other business on the business. So all the boring show. We don't stay long. Is slam bam, thank you, mom. You know what I mean? So always share the business. Tell somebody that the program is on. Share the business. And someone sharing tonight will receive some free credit, compliments, Digicel. And that person could be you. And if not, you could give your friend anything, man. You know what I mean? So always share the business. So here's what. We're taking a quick break and come back. All right? And we have to remind you that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of course, Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Real Value IGA Supermarket, and the Superb Distributors. So all you, we're taking that break and come right back.
It's finally here. The long-awaited historical drama, Julian Fedon, is finally here. One man with a sense of destiny. 14,000 slaves with a dream and a promise.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, presented by Heritage Theatre Company in conjunction with the Grenada Broadcasting Network, the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the Grenada National Lotteries Authority, opening Saturday, 12 February, 7 p.m. at the Trade Center and continuing. Experience the conflict.
Close down their churches, every one of them.
Feel the passion. The epic drama of a people caught up in a desperate struggle for freedom.
Seems to me like you are trying to get yourself killed.
Julian Fedon, bring out the entire family and enjoy an experience in Grenadian theatre.
The mobile app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. With the new Nawasa mobile app, your entire access to your Nawasa account is at your reach. Instantly mobile, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Easy access by phone or on your computer, mobile.nawasa.gd offers a secure login platform through the touch of a button. Get access to all your account insights including overdue amounts, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to website, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion.
All right, so thank you very much on the business now. Let's get straight into it. All right, so Grenada COVID-19 update was given this afternoon by the acting chief medical officer, Dr. Taisha Donald.
So today, we have a total of 33 new cases out of a total of 435 new tests done. This gives us a positivity rate of 7.6%. So as we note, there's been a nice trend downward in terms of our positivity rate. Presently, in terms of our active cases, we have just a total of 167 active cases with 70 recoveries. Of course, we like to talk about our recoveries because it shows that a lot of persons are recovering from this disease, and we're very happy to report on our recoveries. In terms of our vaccination rate, of course, we continue to battle with our level of vaccination, but we're happy for where we are at this juncture, but we really hope to get to a better place. And presently, we continue to have just over 33% of our population fully vaccinated, with a 4.9% persons who are partially vaccinated. And in terms of our booster shots, we have a 4.7% of persons with booster shots. So in general, we'd like to say that we are seeing a downward trend in terms of the number of positive cases in our population. However, of course, we continue to ask persons to follow our protocols, adhere to the guidelines, and of course, vaccination is important.
Thank you very much, Dr. Taisha Donald. According to the Minister for Health, that's Honorable Nicholas Steele, he says that Grenada continues to see positive signs, and that, he says, is very encouraging.
Again, it's always a pleasure to be here, especially where we are seeing positive trends, positive developments. And as Dr. Donald has said, the positivity rate here keeps declining. We have been able to maintain an extremely low level of hospitalization with respect to the number of cases as well. So what we see here happening in Grenada is what we see happening almost everywhere in the world, that it does appear that with this most recent variant and the most recent wave, that we are seeing a end of the bad part of COVID. Unfortunately, we will not see an end of COVID because COVID will remain with us, endemic with us. But we do believe that we can begin to, as you have been hearing from us in the most recent weeks or so, we can begin to contemplate further easement.
Now, some of those easements were discussed today, such as the removal of the 6 feet, the social distancing. They say, you know, ting, and I mean, so churches and other places, they could go ahead and do your business. And here's what they are also contemplating: removing altogether the wearing of the masks. That mandate, the mask mandate. In fact, they are saying that even now for vaccinated events or fully vaccinated events, persons don't need to social distance or wear masks. In other words, life goes on like normal in these events. And they are saying that, hold on, in a couple of weeks, you can see a total removal of the business. I'm not making it. We don't make up business on this is news, this cost. Not told. So he says that there are some easements that will help boost things in the country and make life easier for people.
As such, from this week, the cabinet did meet, and under the recommendation of the COVID Advisory Committee, there would no longer be any limits on gatherings for fully vaccinated persons. It is being contemplated as to how we can move forward also with non-vaccinated as well. And over the next couple of days or so, that will be discussed. We also believe that it is can be contemplated now for churches as well, that there would not be a need for the 6 foot or 3 foot distancing in churches. We do recommend or require that persons would still wear masks when attending services, but we look forward to contemplation. It is not yet, but we look forward to the contemplation, maybe by the end of the month or into next month, of the mask mandate being removed as well. And so the social distancing mandate can now be eased. The mask mandate we have seen, and Dr. Donald will confirm, and most doctors, that it has worked. It has helped to slow. And while Omicron is still around us, we still think it's necessary for the time being to continue wearing masks. We will always be seeing cases of COVID-19 throughout Grenada as we move forward. 2 reasons. One, as we said, this virus is endemic. But more specifically, because of our low rate of vaccination, we will always remain vulnerable.
Thank you very much, Minister Steele, on making those announcements. So you see, we doesn't make up business on the business. You know, so he's saying that, you know, they are seeing the signs that they need to see it necessitates the moves that they're making, and they are saying that the COVID-19 committee, they are continuing to deliberate and look at some of the ways that they can make things easier while still keeping us safe enough. You understand? So with that, and then we told you that the announcement was made yesterday of the hosting of Kayak Mass. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll. According to the minister, it's time for culture. Grenada will host Spicemas 2022. The dates, August 8th and 9th. I don't make things up on the program.
Yes, so our government have been very concerned about the economic, social, and psychosocial implications that not having carnival has had, and if not held for a 3rd year, would have on businesses, the youth, the carnival enthusiasts in general.
So consequently, the Spicemas Corporation was mandated to explore the possibility of having Carnival this year, being mindful of the COVID-19 pandemic. So to this end, the corporation presented an initial proposal to Cabinet, and I must say the Cabinet was very impressed with the proposal and the quality of work they have done in planning for the return of Spicemas. Taking into consideration the implications mentioned earlier, Spicemas Corporation then consulted with the various stakeholders to address them. They have held several meetings with the different stakeholders and consultations, and today I can now announce with confidence, and you may have heard the Minister of Carriacou and P.T. Martinique, she have announced earlier that Carnival is on in Carriacou. It will be on, there will be a holiday on the 28th, that's Monday coming in Carriacou. So the 28th will be a holiday. Well, I am proud and I'm happy to announce that Spicemas 2022 is on August 8th and 9th, 2022. Spicemas 2022 will take on a blended approach with in-house and virtual audience. There will be heavy emphasis on preserving our culture and mitigating risks. The COVID-19 protocols will be in place consistent with the national policy. We must be mindful, however, that the virus is still alive and it's living among us.
Thank you very much, Minister. All right, so you heard it from the Minister herself, Yolande in Horsford, that we are going to be having our own carnival. Grenada is going to be holding the carnival, hosting the business. You understand? So all right, how we looking for time? Earlier, we ain't staying too long on the program now. Tell us, Slam Bam, thank you, Mom, you know. On this Tuesday, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday with all the tools. The second month, well, the 22nd of the second month, 2022. All the tools. Yeah, and I mean the two first, Tuesday. 10 months imprisonment for a man who wounded a police officer, and that happened Friday and jail time already. Them people don't play that business. I tell all of the police, the other day tell us on the business that they don't joking this wrongs. Now looking in. So Mr. Godwin John is a 38-year-old businessman of Grenville Street, St. George's. Now, he made his first court appearance today, charged for the offense of wounding of a police officer, a sergeant of police attached to the fire department. The incident happened Friday, 18th February, you know. At Grenville Street, St. George's, when they say the officer intervened in an altercation between two men. And then he was struck with an object to his head, deliberately, according to reports. Yeah? He got a deliberate struck to the head, causing him, the police officer, to sustain some injuries. They say the officer was treated at the general hospital and released. They say he received 5 stitches. You understand? The incident happened Friday, you know. 10 months in prison. Magistrates say, you know, they have to send a serious message that this is not something that will be tolerated. So we caught up with Jerry Edwin at the end of the court, you know, right outside the courthouse and thing, you know.
It's unfortunate that an ordinary assault has escalated into an offense that attracted a prison term. We know that there are no excuses for anyone assaulting another person, whether with their fist, their words, or for that matter of fact, in this case with a bottle. There is nothing that is forgivable about that act. But it has been our practice lately in the courts, because I think the magistrate and I think the rest of civil society is just tired of seeing altercations and public fighting. I mean, I think we've just had too much of it. And the reaction of the court this morning was to send a message. I think that really is what happened. The court is sending a message that public fighting will not be tolerated. I think the court perceives there's a breakdown in the social order. I believe that the use of weapons of any kind, we know that unfortunately violence occurs here on a level that is unacceptable with cutlasses and knives and so on. The court is saying any weapon used in public fighting will attract a custodial term for persons who are convicted of this offense. We asked the court to be lenient, and we think the court was in the circumstances, because Mr. John did not know Sergeant Panchu was an officer of the law. I think that is clear. Granted, he was drinking, and alcohol does blow your vision, regardless of all the nice ads you see on television about the beauty of drinking alcohol. Alcohol is a precursor to violence. And Mr. John was inebriated, unfortunately. But we believe that the court did what it could using the new sentencing guidelines. Mr. John was sentenced to 10 months in prison.
Thank you very much, Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin. And so now on the political front, I see that we're running out of time. There's this whole argument and conversation about youthfulness as it relates to politics. We know that the National Democratic Congress last week, they put out their first slate of candidates. 7 persons were announced, and they're generally youthful, young people. And so there's this conversation of youthfulness versus experience. Youthfulness on the NDC side, experience on the NMP side. So let's talk to Peter Wickham, who's a political analyst, who speaks to that topic of youthfulness and experience.
Okay, well, I mean, the first thing is the whole political environment in Grenada now. And, recently Prime Minister Mitchell indicated that there would not likely be an early election because he felt there was not a lot that could be achieved by an early election. However, we've certainly had considerable interest of late by virtue of the fact that the opposition NDC has changed leadership, has started identifying slated candidates. The NDC is sending a signal that it is refreshed, revived, and ready, and looking at elections in that way. The Prime Minister appears to have been responding also. The presence of Prime Minister Motley in Barbados seems to be sending a signal that at least is something that he's thinking about. So I would say that Grenada is moving into election mode, even though it's not necessarily in election mode yet, and even though the Prime Minister hasn't said anything and has indicated that he's not calling an early election. This brings into question the whole new shape of the NDC, and it is undeniable that the new leadership, the youthful leadership, and his youthful perspective in terms of the new candidates is creating some level of excitement nationally. The challenge with the NDC is that we don't know whether the excitement is related to the fact that the NDC is finally beginning to do something, or the excitement is related to the fact that the NDC has candidates that are actually exciting people. And I think that unless we are actually doing some kind of a scientific investigation, it's difficult to know which. And a party that has done as badly as the NDC for the last 2-3 terms, one would assume that any level of interest would be generated, a significant level of interest would be generated, even if it is that they're changing candidates and they're bringing new people in. So I think that is an important development that we're seeing in terms of the newness and the freshness. Time will tell whether these new candidates will excite people. However, there is a danger, like in all things. Youthful exuberance is always good, and people will often invest in a youthful team. Certainly, the revolutionary government that Grenada had in the 70s under Morris Bishop was a very youthful administration, and there's no question that was part of the excitement that it brought. At the same time, however, when Grenada is experiencing the kind of challenges it's experiencing with COVID, etc., there is always a feeling that experience has considerably greater weight. And I think this is what the NDC will be selling. Certainly, it is what the Unity Labour Party in St. Vincent and the Grenadines sold. And my assumption is that the strategy for Grenada will be somewhat different, where you're saying that while youthful exuberance is good, this is not the time to be putting young people in charge, people who are inexperienced. It is always better to take a look at some of the more experienced candidates. And I think that this will be the strategy, the counter strategy that the NDC will be bringing forward.
All right, and so that's his opinion on this whole topic of experience versus youthfulness. But he says that the whole idea of getting new people on board is not entirely new. All right. He also speaks to the fact that there are also some youthful leaders around the region. Yes, and he went on further to explain even more about that.
To be perfectly honest, young leaders have been exciting. Certainly Prime Minister Holness in Jamaica is himself young, but he also has a cadre of very experienced people that are behind him. Prime Minister Gaston Brown, again, a relatively young person, but with a cadre of experienced people behind him. Prime Minister Motley in Barbados is young in political terms. She's just over 50. However, Prime Minister Motley has been in politics for the better part of a quarter of a century, and she has other persons who are similarly experienced in her team. So I think that what is being done by the NDC is very novel and fresh in that there are not a lot of occasions where you can say that we have so many young people who are politically inexperienced, who are political novices, and who are also coming without any of the baggage of the old to present. I think in the context of what the NDC has to achieve, I think that it's a brilliant strategy. Certainly the Barbados Democratic Labour Party here in Barbados has similar challenges in terms of having lost all of the seats. And I think in the same way that the Democratic Labour Party is being encouraged to clean house, I think the NDC has done well. It's certainly taken them long enough, but I think they've done well to get to a stage where they can say that we are completely free of the baggage of history, and we are ready now to take on Dr. Mitchell as we go forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wickham. And how are we looking for time? Well, I see that we are quickly running out of time. We'll talk to you tomorrow about the launch of, not necessarily the launch, but the Empower program by the government and what it has done for some young people in Grenada. Today there was that handing over ceremony of some of the tools and equipment that some of the young people require to do their job. So we'll probably talk about that another day because we are running out of time. And then there's the national report, of course. So let's take a quick break and come back. And when we come back, we will have for you the national report and the weather. Stay right there. We will be back.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready, cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready, cash you already know. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready, cash always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Cards ready, cash ready when you are.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call superb distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
It's finally here. The long-awaited historical drama, Julian Fedon, is finally here. One man with a sense of destiny. 14,000 slaves with a dream and a promise.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, presented by Heritage Theatre Company in conjunction with the Grenada Broadcasting Network, the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the Grenada National Lotteries Authority, opening Saturday, 12 February, 7 p.m. at the Trade Center and continuing. Experience the conflict.
Close down their churches, every one of them.
Feel the passion. The epic drama of a people caught up in a desperate struggle for freedom.
Seems to me like you are trying to get yourself killed.
Julian Fedon, bring out the entire family and enjoy an experience in Grenadian theatre.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo's supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip-the-line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. and sign up now.
It's official. Grenada will celebrate Carnival this year after a 2-year absence. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, I am Chrisanne Mitchell. Carnival lovers are undoubtedly ecstatic following Tuesday's announcement by Minister for Culture and the Arts, Honorable Yolande Bain Horsford, that Grenada will celebrate Carnival on Monday, August 8th and Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. During the weekly post-cabinet press briefing on Tuesday, Minister Horsford said having been mandated to explore the possibility of having Carnival this year, the Spicemas Corporation presented a proposal to Cabinet. SMC has also consulted with the various stakeholders as part of the planning process.
I am proud and I'm happy to announce that Spicemas 2022 is on August 8th and 9th, 2022. Spicemas 2022 will take on a blended approach with in-house and virtual audience. There will be heavy emphasis on preserving our culture and mitigating risks. The COVID-19 protocols will be in place consistent with the national policy. We must be mindful, however, that the virus is still alive and it's living among us. And so we have to take the necessary precautions. We have to be very careful, follow all the protocols, and make sure that we keep ourselves safe.
Further details will be given by the Spicemas Corporation, which is planning a press conference for the next week. Cabinet has agreed to remove restrictions on gatherings for fully vaccinated persons on the recommendation of the COVID Advisory Committee. That announcement on Tuesday by Minister for Health and Social Security, Honorable Nicholas Steele. During the government's weekly post-cabinet press briefing on Tuesday, Minister Steele said they are now considering the best course of action for non-vaccinated persons, churches, and even the possible removal of the mask mandate.
It is being contemplated as to how we can move forward also with non-vaccinated as well. And over the next couple of days or so, that will be discussed. We also believe that it is can be contemplated now for churches as well, that there would not be a need for the 6-foot or 3-foot distancing in churches. We do recommend or require that persons would still wear masks when attending services, but we look forward to contemplation. It is not yet, but we look forward to the contemplation, maybe by the end of the month or into next month, of the mask mandate being removed as well.
Providing an update on Grenada's current COVID-19 situation, the Ministry of Health says of the 435 tests conducted on Monday, 33 returned positive, which translates into a test positivity rate of 7.6%. Grenada currently has 167 active COVID-19 cases. The health minister says the plan is to achieve a new normal as much as possible.
I truly do hope, if the current trend continues, that we can be looking at most, if not all, about restrictions, travel included, being changed by April, March, April. And I think most countries are contemplating that too. So which is good news for us all. And in particular for the so many Grenadians that have been making the sacrifice to keep us as safe as possible.
Monday, 28 February, there will be a bank holiday throughout Carriacou and Petit Martinique in observance and in celebration of Kayak Mass 2022.
That was Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Kendra Maturin-Stewart, announcing the return of carnival-like activities on the Sister Islands, with Monday, February 28 being a holiday on the Sister Isle. While much of the festival will be conducted virtually, bearing in mind the importance of keeping COVID-19 numbers down, plans are in train to have a limited number of spectators. Minister Maturin-Stewart says the celebrations, which will begin on Saturday, February 26, will be conducted on a scaled approach.
The Carriacou and Petit Martinique Festivals Board, in conjunction with the Carriacou Carnival Committee, have put together various activities in an effort to celebrate, preserve, and to showcase our rich carnival tradition. And so on Saturday, 26 February, beginning at 2 p.m. at the Hillsborough Tennis Court, there will be a virtual explosion of kayak mass. These activities will employ a virtual format with limited spectators on site, and it will also be carried live virtually on all of our major media platforms. The activities include maypole dancing, steel pan, fancy mass portrayal. There will be kings and queens of the band and a small segments of the band. Shakespeare mass, both juniors and adults will be on display. Not forgetting old mass display, Kings of Kings, Calypso show and Soca show, and a Jap display. And then on Tuesday, March 1st, will be our usual Shakespeare display, Shakespeare celebrations, which will take place in the various communities, including Montreal, Brunswick, and then in town. Various Shakespeareans will be on display, including our juniors and our children will be on display showcasing our most unique aspect of our carnival, the Shakespeare Mass.
Minister for Health and Social Security, Honorable Nicholas Steele, says the ministry will monitor developments on conclusion of the festival to determine if the right decision was made.
We feel it is appropriate to have this easement and to allow Carriacou Carnival. But we continue, the Ministry of Health that is, to monitor and will monitor in the week afterwards to confirm our belief that it is appropriate and it was the appropriate action. Similarly, in most other countries, when the UK first eased and removed certain mandates, the medical personnel continue to monitor and confirm that the decision was the right decision. There's always the concern that maybe you have to roll back a bit or slow down your movement. I hope that is not the case, and that's what I mean when we say we are using Carriacou Carnival as our first event or first stride into reopening.
Stay with us. The news will continue after the break. Welcome back. 100 Grenadian farmers are beneficiaries of contractual deals with the newly launched Renegade Rum Distillery. The company has been leasing or renting lands from farmers over the past few years and has employed their services to oversee work in growing cane at the various locations. An additional 35 Grenadians have found permanent employment at the factory. During the official launch, which was broadcast live on GIS on Tuesday, Agriculture Minister Honorable Peter David said the value of the project goes far beyond dollars and cents.
The Renegade Rum Distillery is an all-round good news project. Good news from the perspective of the agricultural sector, as it incorporates a resurgence of the local sugarcane industry, providing gainful employment for many. About 100 farmers are currently involved in the cultivation of more than 230 acres of sugarcane at 12 locations in the southern and eastern part of the island. In addition, the project provides full-time employment at various levels for another 35 Grenadians at the distillery itself. The head distiller and overall production manager is Grenadian, and the company, as you heard before, boasts of having the world's only all-female distilling team. Renegade Rum Distillery is good news because the product is 100% Grenadian. The cane is grown in Grenada, and the rum is distilled in Grenada, matured and bottled also by Grenadians.
It is being described as the Flavors of Grenada as another local producer of rum launched its operations today. More in this Abigail McIntyre report.
Located in Conference St. Andrew, the state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly Renegade Rum Distillery has been preparing for this day for more than 5 years. It started with the launch of its sister company, Cane Co., which is primarily responsible for the growth and harvesting of cane. When the company first started operations in Grenada, the country had in total 8 acres of under-cultivated cane lands. To date, they have leased and rented in some instances from local farmers and landowners 200 acres of land for cane production in the various parishes across the country. This has been a costly venture for the shareholders of Renegade, who have invested more than 100 million EC dollars since the sword-turning ceremony in 2018. Despite some setbacks caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, CEO of Renegade Rum Distillery, Mark Rainier, is extremely pleased with the product and boasts of the excellent work of his all-female distilling team, a first in the world.
We're not actually making one rum, as you'll see in there. We're making 150 rums, little rums, each one derived from the fields around you that you see. Looking behind you there, you can see a yellowish bank of cane next to a lovely vibrant green field of cane, 2 very different terroirs. One is full of iron ore and the other one is alluvial. This is what we're distilling. These give different flavors. So the 150 little mini rums, each one stands as a Renegade rum in its own right, but assembled together in clever proportions that Devon is going to be working on shortly, we can create a fascinating matrix of flavors, of Grenadian flavors, layering them one after the other to create the most profound rum the world's ever seen.
Minister for Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, Honorable Peter David, says the Renegade project is good news for development in the agriculture and tourism sectors.
The project is good news for the landowners whose lands were for the most part sitting idle. Now they have an opportunity to earn an income by virtue of simply owning the lands that have been leased to facilitate cultivation of the tons of sugarcane needed for this project. Good news for the correlation between tourism and agriculture, as the premium rum produced at this distillery will help to give greater visibility to Grenada on the international market, and certainly will entice more visitors to come and explore our beautiful island. The distillery is good news for the rural economy because its location here creates significant economic benefit, both direct and spin-off for people in the immediate vicinity and even beyond.
Renegade rum will not be sold locally, but is meant for international markets, to be served at high-end restaurants, hotels, and bars, and stored in the collections of some of the world's most respected rum enthusiasts.
It's not a rum that's going to be everywhere. It's not going to be in every corner shop. It's a rum for the cognoscenti. It's for the gastronome. It's for the bon viveur. It's a very elite distillation process. And as the brand emerges, and as the fame of Renegade spreads, so will the reflected glory here in Grenada. It doesn't happen overnight. Brands don't happen overnight. It takes time. There's steps you have to follow, incremental steps. And it is very heartwarming to know of the interest out there in the world about what we're doing, both from the rum fanatics and fans, but also the rum industry. Because I think the rum industry recognizes that a catalyst is needed. Rum is always, they say, going to be the next big thing, but somehow it never quite is. And that's why we wanted to change the way people think of rum, change the way they think of it by changing the way it's made.
For the National Report, I am Abigail McIntyre.
Thank you, Abigail. That story has ended the National Report for today, Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right, thank you very much, Chrisanne, and the rest of the GIS News team. And now for a look at the weather. We see that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showers. Again, partly cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showers. Now, tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. And for a Wednesday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy, breezy, and hazy with light to moderate showers. Our max temperature expected to be about 30.5 degrees Celsius and the min 24. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. And that, my friends, is your weather report. And of course, we will have more of that for you tomorrow, God's willing. Before we wrap him up, we are going to say hello to all the folks who are currently viewing via our YouTube channel. We see that Shireen is there, It's Clovey is there, Suzanne is there as well.
Daddy!
And everyone else. Okay. That is not finished yet, okay? That is not finished yet. Hold on. That is still working, okay?
Daddy, look, an apple.
Okay, here's your apple. Go wash it. Go wash it. Yeah, wash it. All right. And to all the folks who are currently tuned in on Facebook, the usual suspects, we want to say hello to you, to all of you. The usual suspects, we want to say hello to you and may God richly bless you. We appreciate you all the time. All right. So we say Eunice and Fred. Veronica, Ventress, Kirin and Shirin, and Joseph, Claire, Avril, Sherry, also Shum, Irma, Carmel, Cynthia, Chrissy, Sharon, did I say Yvonne and Java? Yvonne, I haven't seen you in a while. Michelle and Claire again, Wendy Ann, Hazel, and Donna. Blessings to you as well. And to all of you, like everybody on the program. Big up all yourself, right to my family as well. Big up Della, hello to you too. And Jane, good day to you, good night to you as well. And Damien, hello to you as well. Yes, Ansha, I see that you're there too. So big up your whole self on the business. Okay. And Udine, hello to you as well, Udine. And so praise and worship. And Sylvia, I see that you're there as well. So thank you very much. And may God bless you. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja, no. All right, take care, one and all, man. Take care. May God richly bless you. In 5 again, harder. 4, harder. 3 with purpose. 2 with even more purpose. 1, Ja, no. Team Run. Big up Lucy. Big up Angel. Big up, all right, everyone. Big up. See you later.